A warm round of applause to the DTI Competitiveness and Innovation Group Under Secretary Rafaelita Aldama for her keynote address.
Thank you very much for the kind introduction. His Majesty's Ambassador to the Philippines, Her Excellency Lauren Bofill, and of course, our creative industry champion, creative industry BFF, the Honorable Congressman Socorro Presidential, Head of Arts, British Council of the Philippines, Mr. Andre Nicolay Pamintuan, our Country Director, British Council of the Philippines, Ms. Lotus Pastrado, NCCA Executive Director, Dr. Eric Cerullo, Mr. Tom Hill, and Lowbro University Policy Unit Director Graham Hitchen, Minister Counselor, Embassy of China, Mr. William Yang, Mr. Gabriel Pablo Malvar, as well as Architect Conrad P. Onglao from our PCIDA Council. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and a creative day to all of us. This year's summit explores the powerful intersection of three emerging concepts. That's creative technology, or creative tech, creative placemaking, and creative statistics. These three emerging concepts, which we will further discuss later, are actually shaping the future of how we design, innovate, and measure the success of our creative industries, which contribute significantly to the economy and society. As we all know, the global creative industries have made tremendous and remarkable global progress. It generated $2.3 trillion in gross value added, contributing 3.1% to global gross domestic product, or GDP. Meanwhile, in the Philippines, the creative industries contributed 1.72 trillion pesos, that's 7.1% of our GDP, providing jobs to over 7.26 million Filipinos. With a massive contribution of the creative industries, jobs, and incomes in the Philippines and globally, it is important to have a clear foresight of the trends that shape their future. Global shifts show that in the next 5 years, technology adoption will be a critical driver of business transformation, with advancements in artificial intelligence, virtual reality, augmented reality, and other Industry 4.0 technologies leading the way. New models like app economy, streaming services, and e-commerce platforms are shaping production and distribution. And as remote work becomes a norm, so does virtual production of creative goods and services and their cross-border consumption. Games, films, music, and live concerts can be enjoyed at the tip of our fingertips. While it's clear that these technologies will disrupt 44% of workers' skills according to global trends, they are also projected to have a net positive impact on jobs in the creative economy. According to the Asian Development Bank, Asian countries can leverage foreign direct investments, co-productions, and the growing demand for digital talent and content to diversify revenue streams. And in the Philippines, that's exactly the direction or pathway that we are taking. We believe that these new technologies are not there to replace our workforce, but we use them as tools to improve our productivity and use them as well for us to become more innovative, a young and tech-savvy population and a thriving digital economy, the Philippines has a significant market capacity for digital content, making it an ideal environment for the growth of creative industries, and leveraging placemaking and create tech to create unique and tech-enabled experiences. In 2023, for instance, the Philippine digital economy contributed 2.05 trillion pesos, that's 8.4% of our economy, with 60.21 billion pesos coming from digital media and content. The Philippines is also among the top 10 globally for digital engagement, with 84.5 million social media users, and that's 76% of our population, and 37.9 million in the entertainment market. Streaming platforms like YouTube see 9 out of 10 Filipinos streaming for over 4 hours daily, surpassing the global average of 66.2%. The Philippine film industry has also emerged as a global player, ranking among the top 20 film-producing economies worldwide, according to the World Intellectual Property Organization, or WIPO. In the realm of innovative storytelling, Saving Sally shines as an internationally acclaimed film that uniquely combines live action and animation, produced by filmmaker and animator Alvin Yongkore. On the other hand, Trece by Budget Tan and Tajo Altissimo brought Philippine mythology to Netflix, earning a spot in the top 10 TV shows across 19 countries in 2021. Following its nomination to the Venice TV Award for Best Soap Telenovela, the war series Pulang Araw, another co-production project with Netflix, won the Best Promo at the Asian Academy Creative Award 2024. Now let's move on to the Philippine music industry, which is also gaining international recognition. The recent global rise of original Filipino music, or OPM, is driven by the energy of our youth. In 2024, YouTube watch times for P-pop surged by 180%, while Spotify streams of P-pop increased by 800% since 2018. Groups like BINI and SB19 have led this charge, with BINI becoming the first Filipino to perform at KCON Los Angeles, and SB19 receiving a Billboard Music Award nomination. SB19 also made history as the first Filipino act on the Billboard Social 50 and continues to serve as NCCA Youth and Central Result Ambassadors, promoting our culture worldwide. The Philippines' strength in digital creative services is also driving significant economic growth. As a global leader, the country ranks 4th in creative services exports, following China, Singapore, and Taiwan, contributing 0.2% to global creative services exports and 2.3% to the Philippines' total exports in 2022. In the animation sector, the workforce and revenue saw a 10% compounded annual growth rate from 2016 to 2021. And looking ahead, the Animation Council of the Philippines, as well as IBPM, okay, let's give a big hand, like our unreasonable here, are projecting a 50 to 55% annual growth in the North American market, where Philippine studios already manage over 50% of outsourced digital creative services. And we've actually been supporting a lot of the activities of the industry through the Malikhaing Pinoy program. For the past 2 years, I think we're already seeing the impact, right? Okay, so the Philippines is also making significant strides in global innovation, positioning itself as a dynamic player in the region. The Philippines ranked 56 out of 132 countries in the Global Innovation Index 2023, up by 3 spots from 2022. Perhaps even more remarkable is our recognition as one of the top 10 innovation climbers over the past decade, underscoring our nation's growing capacity for ingenuity and forward-thinking solutions. In developing the Philippine creative industries, we are emphasizing the integration of technology with culture and unlocking new avenues for artistic expression, making creative experiences more accessible and engaging. In other words, our strategy is really trying to combine culture, creativity, business, technology, and entrepreneurship. Our story as a people is woven in global interactions and diversity from within. Speaking over 175 languages and the second largest archipelago in the world with a large diaspora population recorded to be among the largest in the world. There are 6 UNESCO World Heritage Sites in the Philippines and at least 1,138 festivals celebrated all over the country. And as of August 2024, the NCCA registered 10,841 cultural properties in the Philippines in its database, 62.6% of which are tangible, immovable sites, and 21% considered contemporary arts and crafts. Experiencing Filipino culture through creative tourism offers a deeper connection to our heritage. Events like Cebu's Sinulog Festival, drawing over 1 million tourists annually, showcase the richness of Filipino culture. Creative industries like art galleries, museums, and conventions saw a 14.1% growth, rebounding from a negative 13.1% contraction during the pandemic. Traditional cultural expressions, including festivals and gastronomy, grew by 12.3% and employing 2.58 million people, or 35.5% of creative jobs. Creative placemaking through tourism is a key strategy for maximizing these opportunities. Despite the vibrance of our creative industries and progress in our performance, challenges have been made. First, many sectors are still operating with traditional and low technology methods, limiting their ability to fully leverage innovations like CreateTech, which would enhance production, distribution, and global competitiveness. In addition to this limited adoption of technology in the country, the creative industries face significant challenges due to a shortage of innovation centers and innovation infrastructure. Without the necessary innovation and creative hubs for collaboration, research, and development, the creatives struggle to access the resources and support needed to experiment with new technologies like CreateTech. As we embrace these new technologies, we should recognize the need to train the pool of creative talents that will use, build, and play with these technologies. The Philippines Freelance Market 2022 report highlights the persistent concerns about the quality and sustainability of creative professionals in the country as technology raises the bar for output and originality. And despite a growing workforce of artists, designers, and developers, job skills mismatches are prevalent among 6 million employed creatives and 1.5 million freelancers. So, to address these obstacles to growth and seize the opportunities in the creative industries, the Philippine Creative Industries Development Plan focuses on fostering next-generation creative capacities, building creative hubs, boosting entrepreneurship through R&D and technology adoption, regenerating local economies, and promoting creative cities and collaborations. These efforts are geared towards positioning the Philippines as Asia's premier creative hub by 2030. The roadmap emphasizes 5 key strategic areas. Number 1, building creative ecosystems to foster collaboration between government, industry, and the academic, and placemaking is a significant element of this area. Number 2, empowering the creative workforce to equip creatives with new skills and opportunities. And this is particularly critical, especially now that we're gearing our policies towards the adoption of these new technologies. Number 3, accelerating inclusive innovation to make creativity and innovation accessible and creative outputs commercially viable. Number 4, mobilizing financing support to provide financial resources for creative growth. And lastly, seizing market opportunities to position the Philippines as a global creative leader. To take advantage of our strengths, the Philippines is prioritizing the development of 4 creative industries clusters with high global growth potential to reach our goal of becoming Asia's premier creative hub by 2030. The first one is Media and Entertainment Cluster, which covers music, film, animation, performing arts, and games. Second is the Digital Creative Services Cluster, which would cover AI, technologies like AI, virtual reality, along with graphic design, digital advertising, and software development. Third cluster is the design goods, which would include furniture, fashion, and textile. And the fourth cluster is the creative tourism cluster, covering creative cities, gastronomy, festivals, cultural sites, among others. In the emergence of these new technologies, enhancing skills and nurturing talent are our top priorities. And more recently, we have just trained 83 animators and game development professionals with top-notch and cutting-edge skills and competencies. Through the Obra Design Masterclass, we have trained 55 young furniture designers with the use of sustainable and indigenous materials, whose prototypes are showcased at the 32nd Philippine International Furniture Show. To support the winners of our Young Creatives Challenge, we are offering post-competition support such as market access, capacity building, and production support to our top 20 online content creators, top 20 graphic novel artists, top 20 animators, and top 20 game developers, as well as to our top 10 songwriters, top 10 filmmakers, and top 10 playwrights. We've also established the Ensayo Creative Hub as a training hub and integrated the Philippine Skills Framework for game development and digital arts and animation into the educational and training curricula, ensuring alignment with industry needs and empowering individuals for a rapidly evolving workforce. In fact, the Philippine Skills Framework is a new initiative. This is really focusing on skills, and it's an important approach for us to be able to address the job skills mismatch in the country. And moving on, accelerating inclusive innovation is crucial for ensuring that the benefits of technological advancements and creative solutions reach all segments of society. And more recently, we launched the Center for AI Research, or CARE, to harness AI in key growth sectors, including technology applications for creative industries and tech-enabled creative sectors like AI and software development. Again, the number of creative innovation centers that would ideally provide the space, resources, and support for collaboration among creatives, tech developers, and entrepreneurs are still limited in the country. Looking at the case, for example, of our neighbor, South Korea, the government established 16 content hubs nationwide and a total of 15 regional incubators for preliminary and early-stage startups. Moreover, special zones are designated by the types of cultural content unique to each region, and specialized projects are being implemented, such as the Pangyo Game and Content Special Zone in Shoknam, Gyeonggi, and a specialized infrastructure project is ongoing for the game content industry and strengthening corporate support programs. In the grander scheme of things, Create Tech, when combined with creative placemaking, plays a vital role in transforming communities and enhancing the creative economy. This approach focuses on revitalizing public spaces and fostering community engagement through artistic and cultural initiatives, creating environments where creativity, innovation, and forward-thinking solutions can flourish. For example, Singapore's Sustainable by Design is infusing nature and culture in urban development through a heritage master plan and investments in commercial art spaces. Along Bangkok's Chao Phraya River is Suksia, a detailed ecosystem of over 3,000 small businesses producing creative goods and 200 artists. It is strategically housed in the mixed use of Icon Siam, a bustling shopping and tourist destination. Other examples of creative placemaking put high importance on the role of the place in building creative ecosystems. And the UK sets a compelling practice, such as London's Creative Enterprise Zones, where spaces for artists and businesses supported data-driven policies in planning and business development, and thereby playing an important role in increasing creative jobs 4 times the average from 2018 to 2022. And globally, the concepts of creative placemaking and strategic collaboration are gaining traction as key to driving the future of creative industries. In fact, in the Philippines, culture, heritage, and sustainability are key to earning the title of UNESCO Creative City. This is a recognition that goes beyond prestige by showcasing how creativity drives sustainable urbanization and economic growth. Iloilo uniquely uses gastronomic tradition and the food industry to support urban development. And similar to Baguio, the city is repurposing urban spaces as cultural hubs. Cebu is taking bold steps to enhance its creative ecosystem with infrastructure upgrades aimed at establishing the Cebu Museum of Design and the Cebu Creative City District, a planned 150-hectare reclamation project dedicated to music, performing arts, film, digital arts, and culinary activities. The UNESCO Creative Cities Network works with cities to improve access to culture and use creativity for urban resilience. In 2025, our partnership with UNESCO renews for the next application cycle, helping more Philippine cities to become creative. Finally, in all of these initiatives, creative statistics are crucial, especially in the context of the dynamic creative industries. Creative statistics provide data-driven insights that help stakeholders understand market trends, consumer behavior, and the impact of creative initiatives. To bridge the long-standing data gap, the DTI and the Philippine Statistics Authority have been working together to build the creative industry's satellite account to deliver comprehensive and robust data on the scope and economic contributions of the creative industries. Furthermore, we are collaborating with the World Intellectual Property Organization to pilot the creative economy data model in the Philippines. This is an approach wherein we evaluate the creative ecosystem across various areas such as economic, social, institutional, including copyright valuation. And in support of these efforts, we launched the official Creative Industries website for the Philippines last September 3 during the opening of the 2024 Philippine Creative Industries Month. So,
Canvas for excellence emerges, developing creative industries, a vibrant ecosystem where many disconnect yet intimate domains come together, fostering innovation and creativity. Creatives from the non-creative media, audiovisual media, digital interactive media, creative services, design, publishing and printed media, performing arts, visual arts, traditional cultural expressions, visual science. Connect with fellow creatives, discover new opportunities, and share your passion. Learn about the industry trends, access resources, and elevate your craft. Fund your initiatives through possible partnerships and grants. Find your dream job to collaborate on exciting projects. All of these converge into one gateway of Filipino creativity, innovation, and business, bringing together all the storytellers, artists, and innovators for a vibrant future. As we continue building a creative nation, one click at a time. Explore.
Glad that the Creative Nation Summit is ending the Philippine Creative Industries Month on such a high note. This year's Crusade celebration presented over 100 co-branded events, reaching millions of Filipinos nationwide. Though technically the month of September concludes today, our celebration of the Philippine Creative Industries Month is far from over. And in fact, the festivities are just beginning. Across 17 regions, the regional Fiesta Araya celebrations have recently commenced, while 62 cities have launched their Resort initiatives nationwide, both of which will run through November of this year. In all our current and future efforts, let me take this opportunity to thank you all for your unwavering dedication and contribution to elevating Filipino creativity and advancing our creative agenda. Together, we are shaping an exciting future for the Philippine creative industries filled with innovation and dealing with optimism. Indeed, we are a creative nation. Malikhaing umaga po muli sa ating lahat.